Hi, my name is Karen and I want to show you an amazing product that is on the market that if you've ever wanted to make your own stamps, it is a must-have in your craft room. It's called a craft stamp maker and it's produced in Australia, and it has it gives you the ability, let's say, to be able to create your own stamp designs, and you will always have that perfect stamp that you're looking for. And we all know what it's like when we're stamping. We've never got the right stamp, and so this will enable you to create that perfect stamp and even to go from there and create your own range of stamps if that's what you'd like to do. I want to go through first of all what you're going to get in your kit when you order the craft stamp maker, and then we're going to go through the process of making the stamps, because when you read the instructions initially it almost seems a little bit overwhelming and my goodness, I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to make this work. Believe me, it is the simplest process. All you need to do is have it very clear in your mind what you're doing. Go through the steps, step by step, and stick to the instructions. If you stick to the instructions, which are very, very well written and very clear, you will actually be able to do it. And we're just producing this to actually make it just that little bit simpler for you. When you get your first kit, you will get what they call a craft stamp maker. It comes with 5 globes, and I'm just going to show you in here. These globes come in their own boxes and they're not already inserted in here. You need to take them out of the box, and they just simply push in and they'll click in. You'll hear them when they're in place. Put all 5 in there. The first thing that I would suggest that you do is to actually plug your stamp maker in for a minimum of 2 hours. It has to be plugged in for 2 hours before you make your first lot of stamps. So to get that out of the way, so you know you're ready to go when you want to make your stamps, get that plugged in and get those lamps already having worked for that 2-hour period, and then when you want to make them, away you go. So I'm just going to pop that aside for a minute. I want to also talk to you, before we go through what else you'll get in the kit, the things that you need to have on hand before you start, because there are a couple of things that you need to think through in order for you to be ready to make your stamps. You need to have some matte varnish. You can use Preserve It, which is made also by Krylon, and it protects drawings and paintings. That will work just as well as this. I've tried both. But they recommend a matte varnish. That is to spray your artwork once you've printed it. And the idea of spraying it is that you probably can't see it very clearly in the film, but the bottom part is slightly darker than the top. The reason that you need to have darker artwork is because it will give you a much more precise exposure. If you work with something that's a little lighter, you will find that the imprint of your stamp is not quite deep enough, or it's a little bit uneven, and then of course it means that your stamp is not going to work as well as you need it to work. So that is one of the things that you need to have ready to go. Okay, moving on. You will get a set of rollers of wheels that are used to put on either end when you're making your stamps. You need to keep all this stuff together, because if you lose one piece, I'm sure that you can contact the makers and you would be able to purchase the things again, but then you can't do anything until you've actually got the stuff again. So you get your wheels, you will get one set of 2 glass plates, and that's what you actually put your artwork and your gel in between to create your stamp. You need this container, which is supplied so that you can actually put it underneath your stamp maker at the end of the process to cure the stamps and to solidify them completely. So that's that. You'll get the brush, which is for your washout process. Once we've actually put it in here for the first set of processes, you will need this brush. It's a soft brush. They've obviously tested, the makers have tested, and they've come up with the brush that works best. So it does come with your kit. You will get a timer with 3 separate time applications on it, because you do need to have 3 separate time that you need to work with. Time with your processing with each step is absolutely critical. You will get 1 box of the sachets, of 10 sachets. We're not going to take it out of the packet because we don't want to expose it to light before we're ready to use it. If you expose those to UV light before you're ready to use them, they will actually start to solidify, so then again it's going to mess up your end result of your stamp. So they do need to stay as much as possible in the dark until you're ready to use them. You will also get a packet of vellum, which is what you actually have to print your artwork onto. And that's what it looks like. It's almost like, it sort of feels like plastic. but it's a see-through a piece of paper almost, and it has like a plasticky feel to it. The producers of the stamp machine have all of this stuff in stock, and you can purchase it from their website at makingstamps.com.au. Now, these are really key elements to being able to make sure that your stamp making process works the way you want it to work. You have a washout concentrate and a washout booster. Now, with both of these, what we're going to do is, after the first process of actually curing and starting the process of making the stamps, we need to actually make up a solution that this will go into, and that's what you wash the stamps out with initially. And then after that, there is a post-exposure liquid and a post-exposure powder, both of which go into one container again, and that's what you put the sheet of stamps that you've made, you put it into this container, and you pop it into the stamp maker for a minimum of 10 minutes to do a final cure on your stamps. So that's what comes in your kit. There's also a CD that comes with it, which has Zona Draw 5, a trial version. Not expensive to purchase that drawing program. It's about 70 Australian dollars roughly. If you work with it and you really like it. One of the great things about the program that they've actually sent to you is that they actually do have your dimensions for your artwork on there, which is very close to A5. So, you know, it's all in there, and you know exactly where you've got to actually prepare your artwork. It also comes with a digital copy of your instructions. It also comes with photo to print transformation software, so you can take a photo that you've got and you can actually transfer that into artwork to make a stamp with. So that CD has a wealth of information on it, and you can just load them up onto your computer, and you've got them there at your fingertips whenever you need it. So now we're going to get started with the process. So let's do it. You can see how easy it is, and then you can run out and buy your stamp making machine, because trust me, it will be something that you'll have so much fun with that it will just open up a whole new world.